Analysis, let's bring in John Ghazvinian. He's the author of the book America and Iran, A History, 1720 to the Present. John, great having you. Trump says there's still time for diplomacy. How real is that?
Well, I think when the President of the United States says that, it's real, or at least we have to take it as such. It's very obvious that Donald Trump has wanted to do some kind of deal with Iran from the very beginning of his second presidency, if not before. He, I think, sees Iran as a country of great potential, both commercially and politically and otherwise. I think it's only Donald Trump knows exactly what Donald Trump's thinking right now, but I think it's important that at this particular moment he seems to have held back, possibly, slightly, at least temporarily, from some sort of imminent attack on the Fordo enrichment facility in Iran, which perhaps opens up some space.
What would a U.S. strike on Iran's nuclear program really mean with a wider historical perspective that you command?
Well, it would be the ultimate showdown between these two countries that have been engaged in a low-level Cold War, a bitter Cold War, since 1979, for 46 years now. These two countries have had almost a sort of neuralgic obsession with each other, at least at the level of the political elites. And yet neither has ever they've never engaged in kind of direct hostilities at that level. So that would be a completely new chapter. It would in some ways be the ultimate final chapter that opened up in 1979 with the hostage crisis. It could be that if this does lead to some kind of regime change, that this could be the final chapter, right? The one that actually leads to a completely different kind of Iran.
You've also said that U.S. policy often misunderstands Iran. What do you think is the biggest U.S. misconception right now?
I think it continues to be the idea that the Iranians are somehow bluffing or not being serious about their red lines. The Iranians, whether you like them or not, and whether you appreciate their red lines or not, and there are plenty of reasons to debate those things, the fact is they've been pretty consistent about what they are willing to do and what they're not willing to do. And every time they've come to the negotiating table, it's been very clear that they are not going to accept a complete dismantlement of their nuclear program. They're not going to accept zero enrichment, et cetera, et cetera. Now, would they accept that at the point of a gun? That's never really been tried to the degree that it is being tried at the moment. Frankly, I think if you know anything about the leaders of the Islamic Republic, you know that they're likely to dig in their heels until the bitter end. And I think that's something that isn't being perhaps fully appreciated.
John Ghazvinian, thank you for your insights. Great having you.